Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick is
great stuff.
He is famous, of course, for saying, let's just, some of our older Americans are expensive. And so the best way to get through this COVID thing is to sort of like pay deference to the COVID gods. And
some things are more important than you being alive, like Dave and Buster's.
Exactly. Here he is speaking about apparently the Dallas Mavericks have decided not to play the national anthem before games. And boy, oh boy, he does not think that's appropriate.
Well, there are a lot of complex issues here, Chris, when you start talking about the history of the NBA, their tie-in with China and what happened before, probably for another show in our few minutes we have together. My concern is that we have moved on, Chris, from, remember, one guy kneeling, Kaepernick, that led later to multiple people kneeling. That led to, we won't even come out on the field or the court for the national anthem. And now you have an owner who, as of yesterday, has said, we're just going to cancel the anthem and not play it. So what is the next step? Well, the next step, Chris, if you take this and look at the larger picture, you open your borders, you start destroying your country. You kick God out of the public square and out of the schools, you start destroying the fabric of the country. And if you start just ignoring the national anthem and not playing it, it becomes a trifecta here. And I don't think Mark was a part of those other issues. Obviously, he and the NBA defended the relationship with China. But in not playing this national anthem is, to me, Chris, in a different but similar way, like the rioters in the streets in Minneapolis and elsewhere this summer, like the rioters that went into the Capitol, and all of that was terrible. But this is an attack on our flag by a very successful, well-known, on television, owns an NBA franchise, person that has a serious impact to the general public. Chris, sports is something that brings black, white, and brown, Republican, Democrat, independents together. We don't want politics in it. This is the time when hardworking America gets a chance to sit around the water cooler the next day at the office and talk about the Super Bowl or the Mavs games in this case. We don't want politics into it. So I'm glad the NBA has stepped in and said, no, all teams will play the national anthem.
That's good. That's Newsmax, that was?
I can't tell if that's Newsmax or OWN or one of them, but it definitely
felt like Newsmax because I feel like you couldn't have had any more news in there. Like that was pretty much, it was like topped out. Like that was
maximum news.
Yeah. Well, it's just, that's where you get the name, of course. Yeah.
So much news that, it was like flowing over almost.
If it's founded by Maximilian Newsman in 1906.
News saturated.
That was really good stuff though. Really great TV. Really enjoyed where Dan Patrick's mind went there. It's a lot of really surprising choices. I wouldn't have thought that he would bring God into it, but then pow, second encore.
Yeah, there you go. Very surprising. I do like how they're working in the Chinese angle.
I know. It's like,
Mark Cuban obviously attempting, this is a soft coup.
Yeah.
And I think that's partly why he's talking about the sixth. The idea is that this is, we, and of course I'm included in this because I have a direct line to Mark Cuban about, we are trying to weaken the cultural foundations of America so that the Chinese can take over.
And the easiest way to do that is to stop playing a song before Maxi Kleber and Dorian Finney-Smith play against the Jazz. The best thing about this is that as with the captain, I'm stealing Ray Ratto's take from Defector, but the best part about this is that nobody noticed. There's nobody at the games. There's a plague on.
No, that's the best part. Nobody's going to hear the national anthem at the game because nobody's at the game.
Yeah. But also it's like, what do people do during the national anthem? Like, have you, in terms of somebody, I don't know that Dan Patrick goes to a lot of sporting events. It seems like something he might be into, but he also seems like more of a owner's box type of guy. Like the reverence afforded to the national anthem at sporting events is Like, if you really cared about the national anthem, you would not want it played at a football game or a basketball game or a baseball game, because you're not supposed, if you're supposed to be spending those 55 seconds thinking about your country, like, way more people are getting nachos.
It is sort of amazing that that's the only place that we play it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I feel like we need to start playing it more. I think this is the natural response.
Why don't they play it at the beginning of like the State of the Union or something? Like, why is it like just the place where you get like just? I mean, with all due respect to people who go to sporting events, it's not like necessarily the greatest cross section of Americans.
Well, hold on, it's the thing we all get together over the water cooler, white, black, and brown, and we talk about the Super Bowl. That's like what Dan Patrick does at his office with his buddies. He's like, "Hey, do you guys see that Super Bowl? What'd you think of that?"
I think we should probably maybe install it in water coolers, like whenever you pull the lid.
I was reminded of this earlier today. There's a restaurant in Annapolis, Maryland, where Bill Belichick is a customer. He did an interview there years ago, I remember, and he like insisted that they do it there. He's like, "I love this place." It's a barbecue restaurant where they play the national anthem once an hour, and everybody just stands up and salutes it. And I feel like this is like we should be moving in that direction.
Yeah.
There's too many places where you can't stand up and listen to the national anthem regularly.
Well, I will say this. David, it's always a pleasure to have you on the program, but today you've also been inspirational to us, and I think maybe we will now use that as our theme song.
I think that's, honestly, if that's my legacy, is that you're frequently interrupted for no reason that can be seen in the conversation by the national anthem, and you have to stand up with your head leaving the frame, then my work here will have been not for naught.
Folks can read more from David at...
Don't know to end on. Sorry.
And there it is. We will be doing the national anthem randomly throughout all future shows. David, always a pleasure. Thanks
very much, man. I appreciate it. See you.
All right, folks, we're going to head, you know what? Screw it. We won't, let's just Freebie Friday. Freebie.
Hand on heart, or at least behind your back, Sam. Take that, Gorka.
Thank you. All right, that's good.
That was a Star Spangled Banner, and not. Oh wait, sorry. No.
We don't.
I was thinking of the Pledge of Allegiance.
I can't even think about what it is. Hey, folks, just a reminder. Nomi's show is right after this. You can check out the Nomi Key Show, youtube.com/the Nomi Key Show, or twitch.tv, _Nomi Key Show. No, Nomi Key _show. Today is Femme Friday. Leisha Brooks will be on with Nomi Key and Natalie Shore and Esperanza Fonseca. All great guests.